Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Rodriguez.
And I'm Hector Dr. Feelgood Marcus, and welcome to the Weekly Metal Dose, where we discuss everything and anything metal.
Black metal?
They know they're metal in Norway.
Hey, one of my favorite bands, Amorphis from Finland, just issued a studio update. They told us that, well, not us, the whole world in general, that they're doing well recording their next album. It's still no title yet for everything, but it's gonna be based on the Kalevala again, like the last three albums. Mm-hmm. They have approximately 15 songs nowadays and 15 songs ready, but they're gonna be like putting 10, 11 on their album, like they usually do. You hear the other ones on the singles or on the special editions. So I'm excited because, I really like Amorphis. So.
No, they're a band that really progresses their sound with every new album and always have something new going on, so it promises.
Let's see what the guys come up with. And Marco Hietala from Nightwish is doing again the production and vocals again, and maybe making vocals like the last two albums too. So I think we have a lot of potential there for the new album.
Hopefully they will.
Also this week we had the announcement of the new album title by Live Size, which is called Near Dead. It's going to be coming out on April 22. And the important thing about this new album is that it's going to have some songs written in Old English, which Liv Christine, the singer, hasn't done since she left Tear Tragedy in the Ages album, and which is an album I personally like a lot. I think it's very good. It's very romantic, and the sound of the Old English sounds very different from normal English.
And from what I hear, she's actually a really big fan of the idiom of the language that is Old English.
Yeah, and she does a lot of research on phonetics, on pronunciation, on meanings of the words, and I think that's very cultural plus for the albums. I personally haven't been able to get really behind the material of Liv's Eyes, but I'm gonna give them another chance with this idea because, like I said, I really like the way Liv's voice sounds when she's doing Old English. So let's see how it comes out. I mean,
did they mention the title of the album?
Yeah, Near Dead, which means something like dead in the sea, or because of the sea, or by the sea.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be the whole concept is gonna be around dying because of the water, or or losing somebody because of the sea, of the storms, or whatever.
Okay. Also, Mr. Michael Anthony from the band Chickenfoot said this week that they're gonna begin recording this 29th of January for their sophomore album. It's something that I'm really excited because I really like their first album. I'm a big Joe Satriani fan, so just having him play in a more band-oriented scenario it was something really interesting, and I really enjoyed the album. I think it's great driving music. I listen to it a lot when I'm driving, so I'm really excited. I want to see what the hell they're gonna be doing, especially since they were saying that Chad Smith might not be able to record because he has some conflict with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I heard that he's gonna be able to record, but maybe not drum tour for them, which is, I think it's very different. But I mean, whatever happens, I mean, if he can do it, record with them, I think it's very good. I mean, the talent, the band essence should not be lost.
No, but it's pretty straightforward, just rock and roll, so I don't think they should have a problem with it.
Well, let's see what happens with Chickenfoot now.
Hopefully.
Another announcement that I'm really excited about this week is the name of the new album by Vintersorg. It's going to be called Your Pulse, which means the pulse of the world. It's going to come out on March 25th on Napalm Records, which is the house of Vintersorg for the last 4 or 5 albums, or I think the beginning of the career. I really, really like Vintersorg. I thought the last album was really better than that second to last album. I hope the new ones is going to be better. It's going to be mostly really in Swedish. I think it's going to be really interesting. Hopefully they're going to come back to that sound that they had in Cosmic Genesis, or the Visions from the Spiral Generator, which was kind of different from that next 2 albums. Holden's Rotor was a bit more folkish, but hopefully their new album is gonna be different. I mean, that guy has a lot of talent. He does a lot of things.
I don't know. Vintersorg is really not something that I can make an opinion of, because for me it's just they focused a lot on the presentation of the environment, and it's lacking the meat and the meat of the potatoes. It doesn't have that punch, that thickness, that overall thing to it. I think they just focus a lot on presentation and the lyrics.
Well, let's see what the guys from Vintersorg come out with this new album. Your Pulse, March 25th. Check it out.
Also this week, the Swiss metalers from Samael unveiled their new artwork for their new album, which is going to be titled Lux Mundi, which translates into Light of the World. And from what I was able to hear from them, from the new single, the Anti-God, they're still carrying on with that more black metalish sound to them, instead of going back to the industrial sound that they really got into from, say, Solar Soul and from, I don't know, all of those albums.
Rain of Light.
Rain of Light, Solar Soul, and
yeah, well, the guy said that everybody's done industrial or something experimental, so now they're going to go back to the darker side of music, or the black metal, the roots. And it even shows in their new cover, where you're gonna be seeing right now. It's like a black eye. Supposedly the thing is, it's an eye seeing the first ray of light, which is the first thing an eye does. Look into reflect light, get light. So it's very dark. The cover is very dark, which is different from the other previous covers, which have been full of color, red.
Especially above, which was pretty much just white.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. I mean, I have faith in them. I have faith in them. I think they can move back to their industrial sound. But I still like the black metal side of Samael. So let's see what the guys come out with.
Yeah, I gotta favor their industrial take on it. Also this week, the guys from In Flames, the Swedish metal band, announced the new title for their album, for their new upcoming album, which is gonna be Sounds of a Playground Fading. Now, I've been a long time In Flames fan. I really like the new sounds that they're pushing. I don't really like their old stuff, which for most In Flame fans is something of being a heretic almost. But I think it's really interesting. And one of the key factors that's gonna play into this album is it's gonna be the first album without Jesper Stormblad, the former guitar player for In Flames.
And the founder for the sound of In Flames. I mean, he's the one who made the In Flames sound like they did. And I think it's very important. I mean, it's going to be 13 songs long. I'm hopeful. I mean, I don't like much the sound of New In Flames, but I think they have some good ideas that should be exploited upon or explored a bit more. I'm going to give them a chance because, I mean, I used to be a really big In Flames fan. So I'm gonna see what they come up with. Hopefully the title is not a guide of how it's gonna sound, because Soundtrack to Your Escape.
It was a good album. I really like it. It's got that poppy metal thing going on. I really like it. Besides, you got Anders right there, kind of sticking his hand into the production side, as he's always had. So I don't know. Maybe he can gear it into something a little more interesting this time. Yeah,
we'll have to see. Sounds of a Playground Fading. Let's see how it comes out. Let's see what they come out. I mean, without Jesper Stormblad, I think Bjorn is gonna have to step in and do new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's done new stuff.
Yeah, I think he can do it.
Now, last week we were talking about Mr. Trent Reznor and how he had won the Golden Globe for his work with Mr. Atticus Ross for the soundtrack of The Social Network. Now, surprise, surprise, he's been nominated for the Oscar for this same work. And he's going to be pitted up against my all-time favorite composer, Mr. Hans Zimmer, for his work on Inception. Now,
I think the competition is going to be like a bit tight. I mean, you have other important soundtracks there. Like you have Alexander Desplat, who did work for Harry Potter. He's doing his work on The King's Speech. But I think that the competition is going to be narrowed basically to Hans Zimmer and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, because, I mean, Hans Zimmer is like the top dog, right?
I think Hans Zimmer is renowned and he knows what he's doing, but you gotta give credit to these two guys, to Reznor and Ross, because they're kind of switching up the game a little bit. They're going in as new guys, but they're trying to make the whole splash. So I think it's gonna be completely between those two.
Team Trent. Go Team Trent.
I'd go for Zimmer.
And we're almost at the closing of January, and we still don't know who's gonna be the singer for Velvet Revolver. They said they're gonna be announcing who's gonna be this month, and the only thing we know is that 3 days ago, depending on when you see this video, the rumors is heavy rumors is that Corey Taylor from Slipknot and StoneSour fame is gonna be the new singer, which I think it's very daring for Velvet Revolver. I mean,
certainly.
Younger, yes. Heavier, yes, than Scott Weiland, certainly. I mean, the guy has pipes, but he's not that heavy. But, I mean, it's an interesting mix. But I think it can blow back in their faces.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can go either really good or really bad. And, I mean, I was pretty happy when Scott Weiland left the band. I'm not a fan of Scott Weiland. I like how Slash plays. I like Duff McKagan and everything.
Yeah.
I don't like how Scott Weiland handled in the band.
I think
But Corey Taylor, it's I don't know where to put that. I don't know how to go on that.
yeah, it could go either way. And I mean, Corey Taylor is a favorite of mine. I think there's a lot of talent in Velvet Revolver. I think it's just badly directed. But hopefully something good's gonna come out of that thing. I want to see when they come out and maybe see them live, catch them live with Corey Taylor, because I think songs like "Fall to Pieces" can be very good with Corey Taylor.
Maybe he can maybe add a little bit more drama, more emotion to it. Of course, we still have to see if Corey Taylor is gonna be the singer.
I mean, we have to wait who the new singer is, and maybe if Corey Taylor is, I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for them.
Certainly.
And the last thing regarding album covers or announcement is the new title and date for the new album by The Haunted. It's gonna be called Unseen. It's gonna be coming out in March. The 7th studio album with The Haunted. You know, I think the most underrated part of the triad from the Swedish metal scene. Not as famous as In Flames or as Dark Tranquillity are, but still very important. Most of the guys in the Haunted come from at the gates. They have always good albums or solid reviews. They had the Haunted Made Me Do It. They had Revolver, and you know the guys are very talented. They're very good. They're very heavy in comparison to In Flames and Dark Tranquillity.
And they might get a facelift now that they're working with producer Tu Madsen from Moonspell and Dark Tranquillity. So
and Tu has done a lot of good producing jobs for those guys. So maybe the Haunted is gonna be hitting next level. Not saying that they're not down level. They're very good. They're very good at what they do.
They're reaching a more audience or something.
Yeah, hopefully they're gonna expand their fan base. The guys have Peter Dolving has the whole talent. He has a great voice. Hopefully he's gonna be expanding on it, and let's see what the Haunted come out with.
Now something really cool. Apocalyptica has a new video out with the guy from Shinedown, Mr. Brent Smith. So check it out, guys. It's really good. It's really promising. It's what Apocalyptica is known for. It's heavy, it's driven, but it has some really good melodies. And I think we're gonna try and put you a little clip of the video after this, just so you get a feeling of it, and then you go and watch it all together.
It's important to see this video because not only it has Brent Smith, not only does it keep on the same vein of the other album for Broken, for The End of Me that had come from that album. But it's important because it's the only way you can get to see Brent Smith singing that song, because Apocalyptica had problems securing the rights for using his voice in radio. So if you listen to the song Not Strong Enough, which is the video, you're gonna have problems because in the radio the voice singing is Hoobastank's rock dub. So it's gonna be different, but I think it's a very good video. It's a nice video. And like I said, it keeps on with the imagery of the last video, and well, check it out. I mean, it's really cool. I really love Apocalyptica.
Yeah, if you like Apocalyptica, it's something that you're really gonna like because it keeps going on that same venue that they've been going on. I think ever since, I don't know, maybe Inquisition Symphony. That's when they're starting getting this heavy vibe, but still some really good melodies beneath it. And I think it just carries on with that.
Oh, this is Apocalyptica, Not Strong Enough, featuring Brent Smith. Hope you like it.
What can I do? I would die with